Day 1122 of the coronavirus quarantine, or at least it feels that way. Let's talk about something good today on the Hot Zone.
This is the Hot Zone. Engaging with the news in a whole new way, international war correspondent Chuck Holton brings insight into areas of crisis and lets you help those affected.
Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. It is, it's getting old, isn't it? You're probably having a shelter in place like I am. And I think I'm on week 3 now of this whole quarantine business. Here in Panama, we're supposed to stay in our homes, and only one person from the family is supposed to go out to go shopping for food or medicine. And they're only allowed 1 hour a day, 3 days a week to go out and do the shopping. Now, we kind of get around that because we might send 2 people out. My wife will go out one day and I'll go out the next day, that sort of thing. But even then, each of us as a person only gets a maximum of about 3 hours a week to leave the gates of our yard. And I really can't complain because, you know, there are a lot of people even around us who have tiny little houses and nothing to do in their houses, no internet, no television, no books. They might not even have electricity. And so it's kind of hard to complain being in this great big house with a nice balcony on the roof that I can watch the sunset every night and have my beautiful, healthy family around me and a nice big yard and even monkeys to play with. So I don't have anything to complain about. And I understand that. But even still, it is getting long, isn't it? I mean, in the United States, maybe at least you can go out more than an hour a day or a couple hours a week. The problem that I see is that here in Panama, the number of new cases of the virus every day are going up and up and up. So that means that we're not getting out of this anytime soon. They told us initially it was going to be for a month, but that comes up the 22nd of April. And I seriously doubt they're going to open this thing up. And I'm more concerned about the economic impact right now because everybody is just losing their shirt. And what are you going to do? I mean, I feel like just sitting around and waiting for the government to send me a check is not really the life that I want, you know, and probably not the life that you want either. So despite all of the depressing news that's out there, that's easy to find. And we can always feel better about our situation when we know how badly it is in other places, because not because, oh, I'm better off than they are. No, but because it gets us outside of ourselves. It makes us feel empathy for the people who are worse off than we are. And hopefully it spurs us to actually do something about it if we can and go help those people. So I would encourage you to look for somebody who's needy around you. And if you can't find anybody, give me a call because there's lots of needy people here. So just to give you an example, today I went out to the local police station on my way when I went to go shopping and just stopped by to see if those guys needed anything. And why would I do that? Well, there's 35 cops in our town right now. That's a lot more than we usually have. They got sent in from somewhere else in the country, and they got sent before all this really got locked down. So they don't really have what they need to be here. They didn't send enough food for these guys. They don't have personal protective equipment. We went a couple weeks ago and gave them a big box of masks and some gloves that I had stashed here at the house. And that they've been using those temporary, not reusable masks and gloves for like 10 days now. So I wanted to see if they needed anything else. And they said, yeah, we pretty much need everything. So I went over to another friend's house who has been making these masks that are washable and reusable. I bought a bunch of those and I took them back to the police and dropped them off. And so that's just one small thing that you could do to help the people that are in need around you. Incidentally, That is what a small and limited government looks like. And that's okay with me because I don't want a government that's big enough to handle a black swan event like this one. I really don't. I don't want a government that's got enough money to deal with something like this. And when there's a gap, then that's where I come in. I need to step in and fill that gap. And in reality, I should be the first line of defense when it comes to feeding the hungry and helping the aged and the infirm. The government should be a backup to the church and to me. So get out there and help somebody. So I just want to show you some fun things today because it's Friday. We need some good news. Here's a cute little 5-year-old girl from Alaska, and she's teaching people how to stay safe from the virus. Check it out.
If you have to go to the store or your job, just stay 6 feet apart and cover your mouth. Stay home. I'm sorry if you can't go to your place. Don't go anywhere. And wash your hands. I'm serious. So you follow what I'm saying every single day. You should watch this video every single day because that helps you not getting the virus. And I'm really, really serious. So you should do this video every single day. So then you grab some soap and then you rub it on and then you clean your fingers. Get on the back. Now we get the phone. If you're at the grocery store and you cough into your hand and you cut something, but you're not going to buy it, someone else that touches it and needs to buy it will get sick.
So here's a guy who has been taking medical supplies to people that need it, hospitals that are in rural areas of Virginia. It's a kid taking flight lessons, and he wanted to use them for good. Check it out.
Just turned 16 like a couple weeks ago, and everything was kind of taken from me. Like lacrosse season ended, the school year is effectively over, and all I really had left was flight training. In my stage of training, we are doing what's called cross-country flights, which means doing flights over 50 miles. So that worked out perfectly for this trip. So we're going down to rural hospitals that are 50 miles away along the I-81 corridor, because those are the hospitals that are really hurting. There's a big emphasis at Landon to serve the community. And so I talked to my dad about ways to fly and serve at the same time, and we came up with Operation SOS, meaning supplies over the skies. So as we were coming down to land, we're calling out our position, and then all of a sudden on the frequency we hear from the ground, November 172 Delta Romeo, is that you with the supplies? And I was just kind of shocked because I didn't expect that. So I call back, yes, that is us with the supplies. We're going to try and do it as much as possible, but really the hard part is not the flying down there or finding hospitals that are in need. The hard part is gathering the supplies. So every week that we can gather enough supplies to go down and fly, we're going to go down and fly.
So you see, he's being really creative and helping people where he can. You know, you can't fix everything. If there's anything I've learned doing this job for a long, long time, it's that you can't solve everybody's problems. But you know what? If God puts somebody specifically in front of you, you can solve their problem. And that's why God does it that way. He wants you to join him in helping people, and you feel good, they feel good, everybody's happy. So I'd encourage you right now to go out and find somebody that needs some help. If they don't, get a hold of the Hot Zone, and you can send us some funds, and we'll help people here in Panama with them. That's for sure. Also, I wanted to let you know that on Saturday, that's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, we're having a virtual men's breakfast. This is our second one. The last one was a great success. We've got 3 great speakers lined up, and they're going to give short little 5 to 10 minute devotionals that and then you're going to get a chance to ask them questions and interact with them And so here's your chance to interact with John Correa and Kenny Vaughn, the founder of Shields of Strength and the pastor of New Life Ministries International. That's Pastor John Lowe, and he is a fantastic preacher, let me tell you. So I hope you'll be there. If you want to register, I would highly encourage you to do that. And you'd get there by going to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/armsroom, bit.ly/armsroom, and register for the Arms Room men's event coming up Saturday morning. All right, that's all we got for the Hot Zone today. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day and a good weekend. I'm Chuck Holton. We'll see you later.
The Hot Zone is produced by Amy Holton and Livefire Media. Copyright 2019.